What are we looking at? Formaldehyde, acrolein, nitrobenzene. This actually has over 7,000 chemicals. Don't get me started on what they do to you. Prematurely wrinkled skin, stunted lung growth.
Mr. Essler.
Tooth loss, cancer.
Mr. Essler.
Hang on.
If cigarettes looked as dangerous as they are, you'd run like hell. Find out the real cost of tobacco.
A bill raising the smoking age to 21 in California has been signed by Governor Jerry Brown. The author of the bill to raise the legal age, Democratic Senator Ed Hernandez, said if California makes the move, other states will follow. He said the bill would send a shock wave across the country. Supporters of the law aim to deter adolescents from the harmful, sometimes fatal effects of nicotine addiction. The Institute of Medicine reports 90% of daily smokers began using tobacco before turning 19.
Well, as I understand, the new tobacco law raises the age of at which someone's able to buy cigarettes from or tobacco products from 18 to 21. I think it's arbitrary. I think the whole age of majority is pretty arbitrary. I mean, if you're going to be old enough to get married, go off to war, it should be an all or nothing proposition. But, of course, tobacco products are bad and nobody should smoke them.
Well, I'm basically against them. First of all, regulating vapes as a tobacco product is going to put a lot of the smaller companies out of business. All these companies have started up, and to pass the new food and drug regulations and get licensed costs a company over $1 million per product. And so all these companies that have started are going to go out of business. And vaping's been proved as a way to quit smoking. So the inavailability of vaping will essentially cost lives and put people out of work. On regulating tobacco and requiring the age to be 21, I kind of don't understand how you can ask somebody to join the army and die for your country and not let them smoke a cigarette while he's over there fighting for you. So, I think other ways of cutting back on smoking, like all the marketing campaigns we've been seeing, is a more effective way to reduce smoking.
Where 18-year-old students often buy cigarettes for their underage friends. According to the Institute of Medicine, quote, among adults who become daily smokers, approximately 90% report first use of cigarettes before reaching 19 years of age, and almost 100% report first use before age 26.
I think 18-year-olds a lot of times think they're a lot smarter than they really are. But then as far as that, I think it does infringe on people's freedoms, because you're 18, you're considered an adult, you can vote. So you should, in that sense, you should be able to make the decision on your own.
Maybe in terms of less secondhand smoke, people smoking less because they have to be older.
Well, like I said, I think both laws are ill-advised. I think you'll see the smaller vaping companies probably go out of business because of the increased regulation.
Well, I don't think it shouldn't affect the teen community really at all, because teens weren't allowed to smoke in the first place. So theoretically it shouldn't affect the teen community. But I think, those older teens, like 17, looking forward to being able to buy, vape products, I think it'll have an impact on them. And I don't know that necessarily should be banned outright, because, there's so much unknown about what's in vaping, and we don't even necessarily know that it's really bad for you yet. So I think until we learn more, we shouldn't just be banning things we don't know much about.
New laws, you're probably just going to see kids get into trouble because kids are going to smoke or vape, and you know, for if they want to, and the way to discourage them from that is to appeal to their intelligence and say, you know, smoking's bad for you, don't smoke. But just making it illegal will result in more kids getting in trouble for not a very good reason, and so it's not good for kids that way.
I'm afraid, short of fire. I'm the dark in need of light. When we touch, you inspire.
I think it kind of sucks that they're taking away your choice basically to do what you want once you're an adult and you're 18. I mean, I already think that like drinking at 21 is a little bit ridiculous, so I mean, you should be able to make choices about like what you want to buy when you're 18 when you're an adult, I think, so it sucks.
I think it's kind of dumb. I think it's kind of like what they're doing with alcohol, and I feel like other states are going to follow, and I'm opposed. I don't like it.
Well, I think, you know, using tobacco is bad and something that I don't condone. I think it's infringing on, you know, the rights of people to choose and to do what they want. So I guess I generally disagree with the law for that reason.
I really don't think it's going to make like a difference because, I mean, it's not that difficult to get like a vape or anything or a cigarette even if you're under 18 now, so it's not like it's going to change much, at least I think. I mean, just if you wanted something to make the community like better, I guess you could just make designated places.
No, because I feel like the crowd of 18 through 21 supports a lot of the vape shops in the area, so it's kind of killing small business.
Not entirely. I don't think enforcing this law stringently will have a great effect on the amount of teenage or young smokers in the community because of, you know, the ease of you know, getting these products as it is won't change.
Just it'll make it slightly harder to get vapes, maybe drive the cost a little bit more, but other than that, it's not going to change.
I mean, I think it's like anything else. It's going to make it a little more harder to get. Like, alcohol is age 21, but that doesn't stop anything.
Well, like I just said, I don't think it's going to change much because I think it's easy for teens as it is to bypass the law and obtain tobacco products anyway.
Like I said, if you were to take your cigarette and you were to just go boom, throw it on the ground, step on it, quitting right now, it's going to take you a while to recover. For example, after 20 minutes, your blood circulation and pressure starts to return to normal. That's a-okay. But that's not the only thing, because after about 48 hours, your carbon monoxide levels begin to drop to maybe about half. But however, your taste and smell fortunately come back to you. But as for the nicotine that you inhaled 48 hours ago, well, you've already peed that stuff out. But let's jump forward to about 3 months after quitting. Whoa! What's kind of good about this is your lung function is returning to normal, and anywhere between 3 to 9 months, you're getting your whole lung capacity back, which makes things like exercise and walking a little better than it was months prior. But here's the deal, they always say it takes 28 days to kick a habit. Well, how about a year? Because it takes about a year after smoking for your risk of heart disease to be reduced only by 50%. But then let's fast forward to 5 years after, which at that point in time, your risk of getting a stroke returns to that of a normal person. And then at 10 years, the risk of getting lung cancers or any cancers that are related to smoking returns to that of a normal person. But here's the crazy part, guys. You could still get a heart attack between that time, because it will take you not 5, not 10, but 15 years until your heart normalizes.